Hi, this is Vaish, and let's go through all the books that I read in the month of December. But before that, Happy New Year, and may you read lots and lots of books in the month of January, or and in the year 2026. Yeah, let's start. I started the month by reading the book The Time Hop Coffee Shop. So if you are somebody who likes to read books about coffee, about magical coffee shops, then you might like this one. I don't know, but have if you guys have read Before the Coffee Gets Cold, this book is a bit similar to that book too, but I felt that Before the Coffee is a little bit more intense than this one. So this has a little lighter note. Like Before the Coffee Gets Cold, if you have read that book, it has it also has a similar premise of a magical coffee shop, but there you have like discussions of themes like death and like very deep topics. Here also they it's not like it's not there, but I felt like the writing and the feeling of the book was a little bit more intense, uh, like before the coffee gets cold, versus this one is a little lighter read. So this book, it follows the life of Greta, who is in her who is a mom. Like I think she's in her 40s or like late 30s. And First of all, that's a great thing. So you find a book which has a female lead who is older. Yeah, because not everyone wants, like, sometimes you want a break from 16-year-old, 18-year-old leads. So yeah, that felt good. So that's really nice. Yeah, so obviously she was a very famous star. Like uh, she used to act in these coffee brands advertisements, and she had a very good life. Her life was perfect, but then eventually she was replaced in the advertisements. Then her husband and her are on a break. Her daughter is not talking to her, and things are amiss. And then she spots this coffee shop, and the coffee shop claims that they can fulfill the coffee drinker's wish. So obviously she enters, and then things starts to change. She starts to realize certain things, and she realizes the importance of present. The first 50% of the book, it felt a little generic, because I felt that it was a little bit predictable, that what all lessons she would learn at the coffee shop. But the last 50%, that was a bit interesting, because there was this another lady also, and there was a little mystery element added to it. So that was something that I enjoyed. Okay, so let's move on to the next book. The next book being The Grumpiest Billionaire by Piper Grant. So this book, obviously it's a romance book, but it was unique because for the first time I read a billionaire who is running away from the money that he has. And while he's running away, so he has created this whole plan that like, I'm gonna create this fake like alias. He has fake passports, and he has fake IDs, and he knows that he's gonna run away, and his business is going well. Okay, like it's not like he's running away from a fraud or anything, but he's just like, there's like this dissatisfaction that he has, and he's like fed up with everything, and he's like, he has a significant amount of cash that he earned himself apart from the business. And then he is like, okay, and now I'm gonna run away. And there's this party, and from this party he is like, okay, fine. He has like said goodbyes to the people who are important to him, like, very subtle goodbye, so that even they don't know that he's running away. And he has reached, like, he's almost like 3 hours away from his house, and that's when he realizes that his ex fiance's sister was actually sleeping in that car, and now she's with him, and she's aware of his plans that he's running away. So now he's like, okay, fine, now you have to come with me, and I'll give you money later on so that you'll be quiet. But you can't immediately, because he doesn't trust her, like, she might go and tell it to everyone that he's running away. So that's why he's like, now you have to travel with me. And thus starts their story. And the sister is delinquent. She the sister, the female lead, she is very delinquent, and she teaches him all these different things, like, how to eat fries and how to eat fish, and like fried fish and everything. That she introduces him to fast food, and it's a very sweet romance where he realizes how life should be, and he's leading life how the way he wants to, and while he's learning also. It has some spice in it, so they have really good chemistry. I think the spice is well balanced. It has low spice, but it's well balanced. So I enjoyed reading it. And because he's new to everything, there are some really hilarious situations in the book, which gives a very good comic relief. Yeah, I really liked it. One more thing which I would like to mention is that the book has, like, the edges of the book, they were very cleverly done. So, okay, I'll show you. If you open the book like this, right? Okay, so while you're reading the book, this side of the book, as you can see, it has this, it is just cars, correct? So which makes sense because they are on a road trip. He's running away and in a car and everything, so that's why they are on a road trip. And as you keep reading, you see these letters are forming. So as their road trip is completed, slowly they are falling in love. So that's why you have Oliver loves Daphne following fall, yeah. And I actually was like, I don't know whether this was done on purpose or this is just like, I think it was done on purpose, like this is the publisher's vision. But I also noticed one more thing, that as when they both have finally fallen in love with each other, like they both have realized that they both love each other in their heads, they haven't confessed it yet, yeah. That's when the Oliver loves Daphne is complete. I felt so nice reading, like, I was like keeping an eye on it, and it felt very nice. I felt this was very clever, and yeah, I think I would like, I'm very grateful. I think for that sole reason, I would like encourage you guys to like have a physical copy, because it's a good story, obviously. It's a good story, obviously, but yeah, I think it's very smart book also. Like the edges are really nice, so that's why, I think it deserves to be on your shelf. Okay, then the next series that I read was a very sweet small town romance series by Laurie Gilmore. I think most of you must have seen this series. It's very popular. You'll find it in most of the shops, and you'll be tempted to pick it up also, because this series has been on my TBR for almost like a year, and finally I had the time to like read it. So yeah, as I said, it's the Pumpkin Spice Cafe series by Laurie Gilmore. There are 6 books in it, out of which 5 are already published. So I read those 5 books. It's about the small cozy town called Dream Harbor, and yeah, the book. I think all the 5 books have like some different season, and they all like season, as in the first book is a fall romance, the second is a summer romance, the third is a winter romance, the fourth one is a spring romance, yes, and the fifth book, I think that is like bit weddingy, so I think it's still spring or summer, like in between. So yeah, I enjoyed reading that series. It was very warm, cozy, fuzzy series. Do have a nice cup of hot chocolate beside you. The tropes are also different across each book. The first book is like she is new to the town, and he's like this grumpy, silent guy. So yeah, it's kind of like opposites attract. That's like the first book. The second book being it's good girl and bad boy, or the good girl meets the player. That's that. The second book is the bookshop book, and then the cinnamon bun bookshop, that's the second book. The third book is the Christmas tree farm. So this time both of them are new to the town, but she is like very reserved, and he is like this person who is trying to get her out of her shell. The fourth book is a single dad romance. That is the Strawberry Patch Pancake House. Yes, he is a world class chef, and he finds out that he has a daughter in Dream Harbor. So he comes over there, and then he like gets a nanny for the daughter, and then obviously they both, the nanny and the dad, they fall in love. So that's like the whole theme of the book, and I enjoyed reading that one too. And then the fifth book is An Enemies to Lovers. They both have been in the town. They both had like this. They both were dating each other, but then because of some reasons and misunderstanding, they fell apart. And now, as adults, they are like, they are always fighting each other, and now they're finding together. So that's the fifth book. It's the Gingerbread Bakery. Yes, that's the fifth book. And yeah, I enjoyed reading the whole series. It was I was actually able to finish the entire series in a week or so, because I couldn't keep the books away. Like I could like finish every book in a day, because it's a page turner, and they are very like light read, so you don't have to like think, you don't have to like put too much of processing in it, and they're so sweet and cozy, you feel good, so that's why you end up reading more. So yeah, I enjoyed that. Okay, so the next book that I read is Picture Perfect by Tessa Bailey. So this is a sports romance. This is the fourth book in her Big Short series. Her Big Short series are all sports romances. So the first one I think was Fangirl Down. That was one of my favorites, like out of all Tessa Bailey books. And I think this one is another one of my favorites. I liked reading it. She is a type A, and he's a player. I mean, not only does he play hockey, he also plays with girls' hearts, okay, which is bad. And then she is a baseball player. They both are very good in their fields. She is in. She has a crush on her brother's best friend, and he falls in love with her at the first sight. But obviously, she likes someone else, and she also knows that he's a player. And once he falls for her, that's when he realizes, the error in his ways. He realizes that how bad, disrespectful he was towards women. And he's like, now I'm gonna truly change myself. And they decide to get in a fake relationship so that they can make the crush jealous. And then eventually, obviously, they fall for each other. But the way it's written, it's very nice. It has good amount of spice in it. And I really like the character arcs. I really loved his redemption arc. Like the regret that he feels for being a player, for the like, I have read so many books where you have the player and then he suddenly changes for the girl, but nowhere is it mentioned that the guy actually feels bad for his decisions. Like he's like, okay, like this was really bad, and I shouldn't have done this to any woman. That is hardly ever visible. Or like the player is facing like issues or problems in his life because of his past actions. Like obviously there are those scenes in other books where the ex shows up, but I don't think it has the impact which like this book does. So it's really good, so I enjoyed reading it. And oh god, and then I think I read one more book, and that's the last one. I hope you guys are watching this in 2x or something with captions. I hope there are captions. I don't know. Yeah, I hope YouTube has like translated or transcribed this properly. Anywho, but moving on. So the last book that I read in the month of December is Night Witch by Jamie and Eve. So this is the second book in the Spellcaster series. It's a sequel. You have to read both the books. You cannot read this one as a standalone. So I don't want to give any spoilers, so I don't want to talk a lot about this book, because if I start talking about this book, I'll have to give spoilers about the first one, and it has just released in June, so I don't want to like release. Yeah. Oh, and Night Witch is an art copy, so it's gonna release in June 2026. So that's why it's like mum's the word. But yeah, it's a good story. You would like the end of the book. There are many new things which are revealed, and it is spicier. Our male lead is more possessive. He is more morally grey, and there are secrets which are going to be revealed. There are mysteries which are going to be solved, and it's just like it's a very banger in like ending to the series. So yeah, so do read it when it releases in June. I guess that's it. And Happy New Year once again, and hope you read lots of books. Hope I also read a lot. But yeah, let's see. See you. Bye.